No, we can't. Try it again, Kim. No, we can't hear you. Shoot. Try your phone. Can you call? There's a Zoom app. Do you want to try calling in with your phone? Using the Zoom app? Dude, we can't hear you. Text me or message me if you want to. Anyway, so yeah. Oh, she said she'll try another browser. Okay. If that doesn't work, maybe try if you have a phone that has apps. Try that. Okay. And anyways, so Kim's just always been like rocking it with Success Club every month. I think she's only missed one, maybe. I could be wrong. And anyway, I just have always been impressed by her. She teaches spin, so she's kind of like, so I'll always tell people like, hey, one of my teammates, like people that are considering coaching or being a challenger that are gym rats, I'm always like, hey, one of my teammates, she even teaches spin and she still does this. Like she does her spin classes and then mixes it up with the Beachbody, workouts. So, but I just love how I remember her posting once in the Team Inspiration group how she just makes Success Club a no matter what. That's what she would call it. And I loved that because I'm like, it is like, that's what I want it to be for me. I want it to be happening no matter what every month. So she's going to share some of her tips and her story and all that if she gets on. But in the meantime, I'm going to tell you guys kind of what to be working on right now. If you're following the team calendar, like today I've been messaging people in the free group that we did. So that's definitely something you can do. Make sure I actually had one girl sign up today. I wanted to tell you guys that. I was so excited because I haven't really had that much success with the free groups until we had Alyssa Corning speak and tell us about, kind of how to connect with the people in those groups. And so I did that. I would talk to to the people in the free group, the 5 a.m. group that we did, and just kind of build that relationship. And then today I messaged them and was like, hey, I'm so glad, or thanks so much for participating in this group. If you liked that group atmosphere, you're totally going to love. I've got a fitness challenge group that I think you'll love. And then I just start asking them what are their fitness goals. And so she started, sharing and, telling me her goals. And then I went from there and she signed up today. So use the people in the 5 a.m. club or whatever free group you may have done this month to, connect with them and see if they're interested in this upcoming fitness challenge group. And then if you haven't posted, post several times. And you can post like, there's a girl I love to follow on Instagram. Her name's Elle Gaines. It's ELLEGAINES. And she's really good about like, she'll post about her fitness challenge group almost every day, but it's more like, hey, here's a random thing I'm doing. Oh, and if you haven't gotten in on, it's more of like a PS kind of thing. So it's pretty cool how she does it. She'll just keep mentioning it and be like, email me if you're interested. So it's very casual. So I think I'm going to try to do that. Like, oh, hey, I'm doing this. Oh, and PS, have you gotten in on my challenge group? So don't feel like you post once and then maybe you only get a couple comments and you're like, well, I did my duty. I'm done. Like try to post several times and remind people that you've got it going on. So Kim, try talking now. Shoot. No. I'm going to close my door. Hang on. Nope. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to figure out if there's anything. I don't think there's anything I can do on my end. Is your volume up? I don't know. Looks like she logged out. Make sure like your volume's up on your computer. Like check your little volume knob on your actual computer. Make sure it's not muted. I don't know, because it works when you're on our team meetings with Micah, right? So, no? All right. I still can't hear you, Kim. Have you tried your phone yet?
Now?
Yes. What'd you do?
I clicked from, there's two options. There's like stereo mix and microphone mix, apparently.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Okay. Wow.
Hey, Kim's here.
Grandma Kim in the house.
Okay, so I just talked you up big time, and I'm not sure if I said everything accurately, but
I wasn't on, so I don't know.
I just said you're a diamond, right? You're a diamond coach.
Right.
And you started like a month or two before me, correct? Like, was it June or July?
July was my first month coaching.
Okay, and then I said you're a spin instructor, and you live in Florida, and you've hit Success Club almost every month since you've been coaching?
Every month.
Every month. Sweet.
Never missed.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to let you start with that and just share your story, maybe how you started Beachbody, and then any thoughts you might have.
Okay, great. Hi, everybody. I didn't even know who was on your team for sure, so this is fun to see. I see Terry on my team. Hi. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Us older folks have sometimes issues figuring out.
That's all right. Sometimes us younger folks do too.
So I'm in my bedroom in my pajamas because on my coast it's like 9:40. So anyway, I sent Kelly a picture of me seriously like a half hour ago. I had just finished teaching a spin class and it was literally, I don't know if you have it, but it was so ugly I could die. But it's not much better now. And I'm in the middle of moving, so this is the only safe place in my house where it's not a disaster zone. We're moving 2,400 miles away, back home to Utah for a year or two. So that's another long story. But I started my first month of coaching with Beachbody was in July of last year. So my anniversary is next month, and when I just first started, I was I started my weight loss journey. I'll tell you a little bit about that. I started last February, 2014. I had needed to lose 50 pounds, and I just needed to do a little shout out. I hit my 50-pound mark today.
Woo! Oh, that's awesome.
So yes, it was a very cool day for me today. And so my spinning class, we all kind of celebrated. It was very fun. So yeah, I didn't do it fast and furious, but for the first few months, I was kind of doing my own thing, really restricting my calories, doing CrossFit. And then when I had a friend of mine say, we see that you're doing this weight, and I would post about just losing weight and CrossFit and blah, 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 my goals. And she goes, why don't you be a Beachbody coach? She was a photographer on Micah's fan club. And she said, why don't you do Beachbody? And I was like, what? I thought I was way too cool for school, and I was, big, doing my own thing in CrossFit and thinking I was all that. And I just thought, what do you mean Beachbody coach, although I ordered Shalene's Turbo Kick back in 2007, I had a Hoover program and stuff like that, but I really didn't know much about it. So she got me on a phone call with Micah that week, and I already lost 15 pounds, whatever. And she just talked to me. Here's this little 25-year-old girl talking to me. And at that point, she was a 5-star, I think. It was literally I joined the week after Summit. So she's a high, I think she's a 5 or 6-star diamond. And now she's a 15-star in one of her business centers. So you can see what Summit does and a big event. So I chatted with her, and she was in Oklahoma, and I'm here in Florida, and she's half my age. I figured out I'm older than her mother just the other day, which made me sad. But we just clicked and hit it off. And so she personally sponsored me. And for several weeks, I did nothing. And you guys can go back if you want to follow me on Facebook. It took me forever to even do my first post because I was so scared that my CrossFit family would disown me, that I just had all these fears, I was thinking, oh my gosh, people are going to think, it's multi-level marketing, that whole thing. I was just petrified with fear. And I remember it was like July the 16th. So I'd been in about 2.5 weeks as a coach, done nothing, said nothing, done, whatever. And I remember making my first post. You guys can look at it on my wall if you want. I was so paralyzed with fear to share my journey because I'd only lost some people think to be a coach, you've got to be like at your goal weight, buff, young, fit, running marathons and like Ironmans. And, here I was still overweight, older than probably anyone Mike had ever sponsored at the time, other than her mom. Well, no, her mom's younger, so yeah. And so I was literally paralyzed. And so I text her, I inboxed her, I messaged her, and like she was gone on some date night with her husband, which I was like, I thought she needs to revolve around me right now. Life is all about me. I didn't realize she had a million other coaches, I was like, Micah, you hate me. What's wrong? Okay, I'm quitting right now. I can't do this. I had already made this post and I was gonna have her like proofread it and everything like that. And so I didn't even know any better about anything, but I knew Tara by like I had gone through Coach Basics with. So I inboxed and add a friend, Tara, and I'm like freaking out, so I just said, Tara, it's Kimberlee. I'm on Micah's team, and she has ditched me and she hates me, and I need to post. Will you read this? So I sent it to her. I remember this. Like, so she's a big part of like my coming out of the closet as a Beachbody coach. So all she said was, just post it. Perfect. And that was it. I don't even know if she read it or anything, but that's what I did. So I just posted it. And from there, it was just like went crazy. And I went diamond in like 90 days, which is probably nothing Micah did it in 37. Kelly, you probably did it way fast and crazy.
No, I did 90 days too.
It was exactly to the date. And I wasn't even really trying to. All I was doing Coach. I went through Coach Basics. I was like the boss. I would absorb everything. And I'm trying to get my team to get this concept, is that we all went through the same Coach Basics, right? We all have the same Coach Basics. We all have the same 3 vitals. We all have the same tools. And for whatever reason, and I'm going to tell you a little story because grandmas are good at telling stories. But I made that decision. It was like that night I made this decision. This is it. This is it. I'm burning the boat and there's no turning back. And so that's kind of the attitude that I've had since then. And I know in Coach Basics it talked about Success Club. And I didn't even know really what Success Club. I kept saying, so what is this whole Success Club thing? And it was like July. And I started posting middle of July. And then a few other posts, and I just was kind of consistent, persistent, reading every day, doing my workouts, starting the PIO program, which has been just now my greatest passion, and drinking my Shakeology. And I just love your dog, Gabriella, cutest thing ever. But I just started just doing the three vitals. That was it, And I was on a plane coming back to Utah for the first time to visit. And I look online, I look at my online office, so, they were teaching us how to do that. And like literally at the 28th of July, I had 0 points, like zero, nada, nothing. Okay. So it was my first month, and I was determined I needed to hit Success Club every month. That was my no matter what, because that's what they taught. That's what Tara and Micah talked about, all that sort of thing. So I was thinking, what's wrong with me? But I just decided, this is it. So 28th, I invited to a challenge group I was starting. And from the 28th, 29th, 30th, I think we had 31 days in July, right? So I'm on a plane. I look on my little backline office before we take off, and literally I hit Success Club 10, like 5 minutes before midnight that night. So my first month, I hit Success Club 10 in 4 days. So if you're sitting here and it's the 17th, you've got seriously so much time right now. And that became kind of my no matter what with Success Club 10, even back then. And I've had about 3 months out of the 12 where I've still hit Success Club, like 6 or 8, a couple 8s and 1 6, I believe. But I've never, ever, ever missed Success Club, ever, since I started coaching my first month. And so, of course, I won my free ticket to Summit. If you guys are brand new, or if you're sponsoring brand new coaches, that's what you need to just really teach them, is that's just what it really takes. And I really didn't even know. I was like 75 days in, and Micah texts me. She goes, "Oh my gosh, you are almost diamonds." And I didn't even know I didn't even know rank. I was just sharing the business opportunity. I was just putting people on his success to about 15 my second month. And I was just adding coaches like crazy. I added 10 coaches my second month and was just kind of, I made this decision. And so I'm going to tell you a little story about what it took for me to really make this decision. Because you have to know, I was really, really scared. And when people, are like scared and there's something that holds them back from either sharing the business or posting a post about themselves, because, oh my gosh, I'm not thin enough. I don't look that great. No one's going to listen to me. And what have I got that, no, you doubt and you doubt and you doubt yourself. Well, I made this decision, and it's a story that I remember listening to like 20 years ago, and it stuck with me, and it's called Burn the Boats. And I think I talked about it a little while ago on a team call that we did that Mike had made me share a video. But I don't know if you guys have ever heard of, his name's Hernando Cortez, the Conqueror. And this is like in 1519, back when they didn't have cell phones or Zoom calls or national wake-up calls. But he decided he was going to leave. He was a conqueror. That was what his like job description was. And he decided he was going to leave the coast of Cuba. I'm in Florida, we have to say it right, Cuba, to go to the Yucatan Peninsula. And he was going to take over this treasure that was like 600 years no one had overtaken it, right? So he has 500 soldiers, he has 100 sailors, he has 60 horses and 11 ships, and that's his army, right? And we're all building teams. That's what he's got. And he's going to take the world's richest treasure. In 600 years, the same army had it, and no one had ever been able to all these conquerors had tried to come over and take it and do all that, but no one had ever succeeded. So Hernandez Cortez decides with his army, he's going to take the treasure, right? So they get on the ships, on the 11 ships, they load everything up, and he gathered like this, people that he felt were really committed and extraordinary. So like halfway across the way, then he starts getting the whiners. And maybe you guys feel this, some of your coaches, you're like, really? I just don't know, I'm kind of busy, and I've just got a lot going on right now, and maybe we shouldn't do this, and maybe this sounds familiar to some of you guys that are coaches, and they're trying to build your team. And then you start hearing the excuses, like all gung-ho at first, and then they start thinking, fear sets in, or self-doubt sets in, right? But he was totally determined. He's going to take this treasure. So he gathers them together on this national wake-up call, on this Zoom call, whatever it is, right? And he pep talks them. He tells them, he tries to instill the vision like we all do. Or, we build a vision. We try to talk like Micah does. We try to breathe the life of, what it really is going to be like when we take over the treasures, when we're 15-star, 10-star, 5-star diamonds. And we see those incomes, we see all those things. And he's doing this visionary thing with his army there on the ships. So they land on the coast of the peninsula, and people are kind of waiting and whining. And so the day came that they were going to go to battle to take the treasure, right? So he gathers up everybody, and he brings them all in, huddles them all in, and they're thinking they're going to have this massive, long, hour-long Zoom call and hear all these fabulous words. And he said 3 words. He said, "Burn the boats." And they looked at him like, "Say what, dude?" And he said, "Burn the boats. Torch these boats." So all 11 of their ships, he had all of the soldiers, army, everybody, they torched them all. He says, if we're going to take this treasure, we're going to take it in their ships. So basically, it was either conquer or die. And that's the decision I made when I became a Beachbody coach. When I was 48, I was a grandma. I thought, I was overweight. No one's going to listen to me. I'm older than everybody. I'm not on my goal weight. I still have so much to do. And what are people going to think? Yada, 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 yada. But I decided I'm burning the boat. And that was it. And that became like, I had set some no matter what's for myself, like personal development, just the basic things. And Success Club was definitely one of those things. And so guess what happened with that army? They fought like the boss. And because basically it was either, okay, conquer or die, which is it going to be? And you almost got to make a decision like that. I'm not saying that to be gruesome or anything, but when you make a decision, it's either all in or not. Because I have so many people on my team. I've got coaches that sponsored to quit, just like you have, that get in, they're excited for a second, and they get out. There's an excuse, right? Well, they burned their boat, so there was no way they could. There was no excuses. They had to fight for what they wanted, and that's what kind of spurred me on. I've thought of that story I've thought of that analogy all the time, and I hear coaches, my team, and why they can't hit Success Club, why they go inactive, why this and this, and it's always, there's something always, and you've got to decide in your mind what are those mental ships that you have that you're clinging on to, that you're afraid to burn. And I remember when I was like halfway through my weight loss journey, I had all these clothes, literally, and I took a picture of them. And that was one of the big burn the boat moments too, is I started getting rid of all my clothes. And my husband said to me, but what if, he says these words, but what if you gain some weight back and you need some clothes to wear? And that was like the biggest offending. I flipped the lid right there because I said, seriously? I mean, to me, there was no turning back. This was my goal. End of story. Done. So every size I've gone down, every pound that I've lost from 50 pounds ago to now, I've gotten rid of every single bit of clothes that didn't fit. And I mean, there was a lot. I literally had nothing to wear for a while. So, but that was part of my making that decision, just like with the business, just like hitting Success Club every month. That is, if it's the 30th of the month and I'm at 2, no matter what, I know I will hit Success Club. And the benefit for hitting it now, I mean, I can't tell you, and Kelly will know this, they've kind of upped the ante because it used to be just emeralds and you hit Success Club, I think, used to get like the free customers and the Shakeology customers, which is like basically free money in your pocket. I had like, I don't know, one of my biggest Shakeology free customer months was just a month ago, and I got several $100s where I didn't even do anything. And I get free customers all the time, even just being Emerald and Success Club or more. And then I've sponsored 2 or 3 coaches just from customers that I have. They're loyal customers, and I turn them into coaches. And then getting Shakeology and turning them into HD customers and putting them in a challenge group, it's seriously like it's now they've upped it. We hit Success Club 10. Is that right, Kelly?
Yes. To get the
Success Club 10, Emerald, and 90 HD. Is that correct?
I believe so.
That's what I do every month. And can I say that like life has been easy? I'm in the middle of moving 2,400 miles away. I'm training for a new job. And I'm just going to be real and honest with you guys because there's really no other way to be. But these last 2 months of my life, probably personally, on a personal level, have been for Johnny and I. And I can't even talk about it or tell you about it right now because I'll start to cry. And there's hardly anyone that knows about this. It's been the most trying, emotional, personal time of my life that I can remember. That's affected like my whole life. And one day I'll be able to talk about it, and this will be part of my story when this all goes down. But it's literally been 2.5 months of like a personal turmoil that I can't even describe to you guys. But have I said, well, I've got a lot going on, and there's just so much stuff. I just can't really focus. No, because I burned those boats a long time ago in July of 2014. So there's no way back, for me. So I keep fighting forward. And one of the best things I do to get over my stress and my anxiety and the sickness and everything that's just kind of overcome me and just personal trials that I felt is I pour myself into serving other people and helping other people. And I don't look at Success Club as just I'm selling challenge packs. I had no idea I was going diamond for real. I didn't even focus on the rank. I focused on helping people genuinely. And during my journey, I've been open. And if you're scared to post your story or how you feel, maybe you've just started out in a Success Club or in a challenge group, and you're just feeling great and you haven't lost a lot of weight, but you feel amazing, share that. I'm telling you right now, from someone that was literally on the edge, scared to death to share my story, share that. How will anyone know? You will inspire more people being non-perfect than you will being this fit little haughty-taughty Chalene Johnson. I promise you that. You be you and be genuine and really, truly be yourself and be genuine and really from your heart. And it makes me cry because I have people literally every day, and probably some of you experience this, but I mean, I've gone through a huge transformation this year. And I've showed people the good, the bad, the ugly, and there's some ugly, I'm telling you right now. And so people have followed me and watched me, and they may not join today, or they may not get a challenge pack today, but I keep my threes, what do they call it, power threes, in a binder month to month. Every time we have a sale or every time we have a promotion, I go back to that month and every person I talk to. And so people just out of the woodwork will come to me and say, you've inspired me so much. I've got 100 pounds to lose. What can I do? And I literally just, I cry and I take that to heart because it's something that is so personal to me because I'm going through it. I've gone through it. And just hitting my goal today, I mean, still, my whole goal now is just to keep sharing and building and help my team know that you can do this. That seriously, don't be afraid to share who you are right now. Am I perfect? Heavens no. I'll say hell no because I swear sometimes, and that's something I got to work on. But I'm telling you right now, be genuine, be caring, and be from your heart. When I see some of the coaches posting, 24 hours and the sale's over, and it's just like a canned beach body kind of ish post, that kind of makes me gag a little bit because if you're not being you and from your heart and just putting yourself, or if you copy and paste another coach, don't do that either. I have some people on my team that'll just like mimic everything I do, copy, paste, reword it, and then put it on their wall. But that's not who they are. That's who Grandma Kim is. That's who I am. And it's not even remotely them. And people can sense that. People can sense when you're salesy, when you're not genuine, when you're, rushing to a goal to hit Success Club the last day of the month, So my motto to you is like, don't be afraid to share and just be consistent and just be you. And you are good enough today. You're wonderful today. And you've got to burn those boats and that fear. And I had a million of them. I mean, which I don't share with a lot of people. About 5 years ago, I thought my life was so low and I was an all-time low. I thought ending it all was the answer. And I posted about this on my wall just a little while ago. I mean, what if I had succeeded? What if I hadn't woken up in a pool of vomit? This is getting very personal. But what if I had given up and let the world step on my soul so hard that I gave up? What if I had done that? I would have missed the birth of my twin grandsons. I would have missed meeting the love of my life, Johnny Heron. I would have missed coming and meeting all of you guys, what such wonderful people with Beachbody and helping other people and reaching other people. And there's so many more experiences for me that I still have that are ahead of me. And I'm so excited to be able to share them and experience them. And so sometimes life is very hard and challenging. Believe me, I know that. And I know that right now at this time in my life. But I'm telling you, burn those boats. If they're mental, if they're in your heart or in your head, just make a decision, you guys. Make a decision today. It's the 17th of June. Make a decision that no matter what, you're going to touch 3 people's lives every month. That no matter what, you're going to build yourself every month. You're going to read. You're going to build yourself in personal development. That no matter what, you are going to be the best you right now today that you can be. And you won't be embarrassed to share who you are because you're beautiful, you're wonderful, you're perfect right where you are, and you're just going to keep getting better. So torch it, baby. That's what Grandma Kim has to say to you. Torch those boats, and we got to rock this together.
Awesome.
Don't cry, anybody. You make me cry.
Thank you
and
so
you've got
much.
the most amazing coach. Kelly is seriously the most amazing. You're so blessed to have her as a leader. I can't say enough about how amazing. I mean, she's after me. She's like in what are you 2-star qualifying right now?
No, I'm just 1 star.
You're 1 star, and she's just seriously rocking it so hard. And I just kind of a little bit obsessed with her, and I follow her fashion stuff, and I like him a little bit kind of, it's like what is it, Woman Crush Wednesday today, and Kelly's like, so.
Oh, thank you. Well, that was so good, Kim. It was seriously so good. Like, I think you hit on something that every one of us needed to hear. And it was just so inspiring. And thank you so much for sharing all your story and everything. Yeah, I love the idea of burning your boats, because sometimes it is so easy to be like, but like to kind of hold on to some things and like
a plan B right here, and you've got to not have a plan B.
Or even like, you got those boats that are maybe like weighing you down a little, you know, that you're like,
oh, I know, honey.
Just let them go and run.
Exactly. And there's no other way. Conquer or die. That's it.
That's right. I love it. And that's why I asked Kim to speak, because I feel like she's been such a good example of like not letting things get in her way and not letting anything stop her. And it's awesome. So thanks for sharing, and no excuses, guys. So we're already, our team is, you guys are doing so awesome this month. Like, we're having a killer month. I'm so proud of all of you. Just keep doing what you're doing, keep helping others. And yeah, let's just keep rocking it. And
I expect big things from all of you in June. All of you on the leaderboard, no matter what. We're burning boats.
That's right.
All of you, okay?
That's right.
I expect that from you guys.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks again. We're just going to end it on that perfect note, because I don't want to say anything else to ruin it. So that was awesome. And you guys make it a fabulous week.
Thank you, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.